all of the different modalities in their life, get over things that they might be dealing with. It could, and it doesn't just have to be addiction or weight loss or whatever, but a lot of different things. Let's talk about you first.
Yes. So I am T. I'm a board certified hypnotherapist internationally, and so I started my practice doing that. And once I was doing that, I realized a lot of people are doing things because they are imbalanced energetically. Their chakras could be misaligned. So I decided that I wanted to not just help them to do what they want to do or achieve their goals or not do, but let's like, why is this happening? Maybe we can just, before people need hypnotherapy, maybe we can just get them aligned and let's let's be well. So now I have a wellness practice.
Right. This is about wellness,
Yes.
but there's so many different modalities that you use. One of them I'm really excited about that I know you're bringing into. This is something we're almost 100% sure that nobody else is doing, and that's using massage. Right?
Yes. So I am a quantum touch practitioner and a Reiki grandmaster, and I do the hypnotherapy. So I had this idea I want to do the whole mind body spirit connection. And even though I do touch with quantum touch, I wanted to really add in massage to it. So I'm going to add in hypno massage, where I give the actual therapeutic massage, whether it be Thai or Swedish or deep tissue, and talk to them while I'm doing that to
I
help them.
love that this is something very, very different. First, I want you to explain to them what, because I might know, but they may not know, quantum touch, what that really is.
Yeah, so many of us have heard of things like chi and prana with yoga and different things. To me, it's all the same universal life force energy with just different ways of applying it. It's all the same. Quantum touch is actually where I can do it at a distance, and I think it's just as effective, if not more, because there's a lot more intention. But most of it is hands-on, and people, when I'm doing that, they'll say that they feel really, really warm. Sometimes I'm not even touching them and their skin will get warm. So it's basically taking on the energy vibration of another person. So with quantum touch, some people are misaligned in the hips. And I have measured them in the beginning and then put my hands on them, and then 10 minutes later, they're aligned. And if I wouldn't have seen it, I wouldn't have believed it. But that's what quantum touch is. It basically, energy goes where it needs to go, and your body just accepts it beautifully.
Now, I want you to explain your name. So, Enerchi, and it's T with Enerchi.
Yes.
And why, well, we talked about this once before, which is what, and you just said it now, that energy is everywhere. And our chi, we all have a chi, right?
Yes.
So, and what I love about it is how you brought those two sort of together and meld them together.
Yeah, so that the name Enerchi, hypnotherapy, it just rhymes. But the chi, I met a Chinese person years and years and years ago who taught me about feng shui and placement and putting 3 wind chimes to the north, and just different things. And so I became more interested in energy way before any of this, but that's how I got the name. I love Chi. I have a chihuahua. Her name is Chi Chi. So I love Chi.
Well, we all have chi, right?
Yeah.
And here's another thing. Well, here we're going to open up the lines to the audience. I'm going to do this because we did it last time, but we did it kind of late. So here's what I'm going to do. I want everyone to get entered in to win. This is going to be a wellness session. We're going to call it that. It could be that it involves the quantum touch along with a little massage. It might not, and that may or may not happen immediately. It's going to be what those people want to kind of, you're going to have a conversation with them, kind of find out what their needs are, right? Because you have to have that conversation with them to find out where they're at, to know what of the different modalities that you might want to use on them, correct?
Correct. And so the hypno massage, that's going to be coming in September. So that's new. So any touch that I do right now is with the quantum touch and very light.
Right. But what you are going to do is we're going to call it a wellness therapy session.
Yes, and so it's definitely energy is transferred in everything. And so it could be emotional freedom techniques to where, we're just doing some it'll look like tapping, just pressure points and just tapping. Or it could be just talking to somebody on a neuro-linguistic programming level. I'm a neuro-linguist, an NLP practitioner. Some people hear of it like that, just reframing what they're saying. So, and hypnotherapy is usually everything. It happens, but a lot of times just in that consultation, just determining, like, there's a lot of different things. NLP, just helping people realize, you know, the way that they're thinking. If they just twisted it a little bit, it's really not really what they're thinking, and letting them see, like, your perceptions are not always your reality.
Well, you also do guided meditation, you know? I mean, and I
Yes.
love that too, because again, when you think about when someone is doing, well, this, what I wanted to call it, the wellness therapy, guiding them through their energy, through you, right?
Yes.
And getting them to change within, from within. Would you agree with that?
Yes. So, you know, I know we kind of talked about this before, but before I see anyone, I want them in person, none of this phone stuff. That's fine for other people, but I want to connect with people and just let them talk and what's going on. And then once we decide to work together, we'll bring them in. And meditation is huge, because if you can't step out of yourself and relax, you're not able to effectively do anything. You know, if you're in that fight or flight all of the time, you're not going to think correctly. So I really help people just really bring them down. And in doing that, I need to bring me down too first. So that's so beautiful, because I think we all tend to get a little...
Oh gosh, yeah. But isn't that neat that first you do that beforehand, and then they
Yes.
walk in and you have a conversation with them, but you're already kind of ready for them.
Absolutely.
And when this is the most, I think, incredible, to me it's a great offer too, for everybody to try something without, sort of like, it can't hurt you, right? There's nothing that you do, it's all with the mind, right? But also with your hands and with energy, and working with people in a different way than when most people would think.
Yeah, so when we say the words hypnosis or hypnotherapy, it is not mind control. It is something that you are not able, nobody can force you to go into hypnosis. I can't look at you and go bark like a chicken because
Right.
I'm a hypnotherapist.
Right,
You
right.
need to want it.
Right.
And it is an awake state. And energy is something that is so subtle. Like, you will feel the effects of that sometimes weeks later. It's kind of like when you have a headache, and maybe somebody that takes ibuprofen to get rid of it, maybe use pressure points, you'll realize that you don't have the headache anymore, but you won't know when it went away. And that's how subtle my healing is.
Yes, and so we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win. It's a wellness therapy session. It includes any of the modalities that she uses, and there's lots of them. She's really excited about kind of blending this massage therapy that she's going to be doing, very different, but trying that quantum touch, which is really, I said, how that those meld together, how they meld together, how everything that she does actually meld together to help you be better, right?
Yes.
Now, her number direct, it's 833-ENERCHI, ENERCHI, or you can call her direct at 480-369-1683. She's rated with the Better Business Bureau. She does require in-person. She really does like you to be in person with her. We're going to leave our lines open. It is Valentine's Day around the corner. What a lovely gift to give to somebody or yourself. You don't necessarily have to be dealing with anything. We all want to be better. We all want to balance our lives. We're all messed up. Don't you agree?
I think that we all have our own things that we're going through at the time, and so I think we're all perfect just the way that we are.
But at the same time, you know that we all have our issues that we're dealing with. All of us have to be. Otherwise, we're all perfect, but we all wouldn't be dealing with, you know, all of this craziness that's going on in the world. For right now, what I say is the first thing is have that conversation with her. It's a consultation and it's free. You can get we're going to call it a wellness therapy session. Call here, 602-277-5369.
Awesome.
Happy?
Good.
Happy?
Good. Mhm.
Okay, good. Now we're going to keep on talking because we are still live in the room, okay? For you, I want to talk about how excited you are that you're bringing in this, you know, the new modality that you're bringing in, okay? So I want you to kind of explain it a little bit, how that's going to work. I think you did a little tiny bit, but I think you can try and go into it a little bit further, and how you can take how we talked about earlier, how you can take the quantum touch and actually meld that into the
hypnomassage?
yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. free consultations. I got everything here. I should say Facebook, right?
Yes.
Am I missing anything?
Nope, you're not missing anything.
I knew you would like this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've done so much of that. I don't know if you have, I know there's lots of people in the valley. Jeff Aisley is who we've seen for my son, and he created an AED formula called AdCare that's changed our whole life. But we were introduced to muscle testing and all that stuff, and he's the one that brought out that my son was abused when he was 6 years old. So he was asking him what he was feeling shame about at 6. And we knew about it, but Joseph didn't want to talk about it. And Jeff thought he was there for something completely different, and he just could feel it. And Joseph just went, bleh. And it's really, I think it saved his life.
That is so great.
It's so awesome.
But talk about, I'm going to say this, talk about
I'm
getting
so
to the
excited to
root. I
hear
was
what you're
thinking in my
talking
mind
about, though. Like,
that talking about getting to the root of the problem. It's one thing to, it's so deep.
So there was a lady that came in my office just Friday, and this was just a consultation, and she was just in there just all over the place, and I'm with her because I'm with her. I know her. And I just stopped her. Her thing was, she didn't even know it was her thing was, is it was her husband. And so I don't need to really talk about that, but I was able to just stop her right there because she was going all over the map with every single aspect of her life when it was really just, she found that her husband lied to her about going to a concert. Like, but it was like, and
It
so
hurt
I'm
her.
able
It hurt
to,
her.
I'm able to just sometimes just like stop. I don't want to just talk about
That's
that.
trust issues, but you know.
Yeah.
yeah, because
But
a lot
I
of times
think-
people really don't know why,
Here we go.
what's causing
We're
them to
gonna go.
feel
We're gonna
mad
go.
or whatever.
We're gonna go. That's what I want to do, is talk a little bit about how, people have what's stuck inside them, and that energy, how it comes out, could be bad
Yes.
mojo, right?
Yeah. So
I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah, sometimes I've never seen anything bad come out of anybody, but like things like I've seen emotional responses and people tremble.
No,
and
I
cry.
mean, when they are holding things, their energy is not their level. Could be so different when they free themselves.
It is, and so I don't know when I need to come back, but I talked about that cancer client that I had. So I did a lot of research on cancer, and a lot of cancer has been proven by emotional different reasons.
Right, exactly. I'm going to talk about that. So welcome back, everyone. We've been talking at the break, and gosh, this is so interesting, right? And what we all don't realize is that we're really all energy. That's what we really just are. And one of the things that we were mentioning is how the energy inside of us, of things that we're dealing with. And you had mentioned cancer and this person that you knew, and it reminded me of something of how every little thing that, it doesn't matter what it is, from a zit on your face to something major like cancer or what have you, it's something that you're dealing with from the inside. It
It
be
is.
coming from that.
And it's from where we are, it can really, if we can just say energy is the fact, like if you're a really angry and mean person because you're sad or whatever, you can manifest that in your body. You can have breakouts, your hair can fall out, you can become sick all the time, there's all sorts of things that can happen, and that is, that's energy in itself, just by being stressed out. And it's sometimes you just feel like you're stuck there, and that could be because your energy is not aligned correctly. And so I help to get people kind of out of that funk, because nobody wants to be there, even if people think that's what they are.
How many people have had somebody where you walk in a room, or somebody walks in a room and you just sort of feel a negative vibe?
Mhm.
That negative vibe is what we're talking about. That negative vibe doesn't just have to be, well, when they have that negative vibe, believe me, they have other issues that are going on. And we all know that feeling. And this is something where she can help, where you come down, you sit down, you have that conversation with them. It's a consultation. But you can find out just by sitting and listening to them, and almost, let's talk about what a consultation looks like.
So consultation is different for everybody, but really, to me, it's like sit down, let's get together, let's get our energies together, let's blend. And I'm a little bit more guarded the first time because I want to know who am I blending with, and and then really what I do is if I can see they're really upset or something, I want to really work with them so that they connect with me, so they can if there's vibration. You will go to the higher vibration. So let's say that somebody's like really, really happy and everything, and you're really, really sad, and you're in a room. You can't help it. Pretty soon, you're going to be laughing if you have the higher one. So I want to get them out of that funk to start with, and then really just get them talking. What is it that you want? What is your goals? Why do you want that? What do you see your life being like when you're like that? And get them to actually start doing their own therapy, and then letting them see me. Do you trust me? I'm a little different than most people. I am completely transparent, and some people may not like that. So,
right. But you know what though, it's good that when you're sitting down and you're going to have somebody talk to you about something like this, and then be working on you, especially if you are going to be doing the Reiki, or if you're going to be doing all of the different modalities that you do. It's good to have somebody who's sort of transparent, to know they're real, right? But to sit down and find out, but you have to know, you have to find out, are we good for one another?
And it's a really intimate process. And like we talked about the hypno massage that's coming, and that's coming in early fall, September. I'm going to be adding that. But with that, I have seen emotional responses in just giving people massages, and even just touching them and just talking to them. I've seen people just, cry and tremble, and they're not crying, and it's not, like anything demonic or anything, and then they're almost smiling, and they can't help it. It's because they've been so pent up, and just by having that energy just flow out, and it's just releasing. And I've had people leave saying that the room looks brighter, and it's just freeing.
We've got our lines open here for everyone to get a wellness therapy session with her. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Check her out, Enerchi, ENERCHI.me. You can also see her on Facebook right there as well. Again, this is something that you want to do in person with her. You can call her. Her phone number is 833 Enerchi, ENERCHI, or you can also call her at 480-369-1683. She's rated with the Better Business Bureau. I think that everyone who has ever had any thoughts about any kind of changes that they wanted to make in their life, have a conversation with her, find out what she can do. What I love about this, I'm excited about the massage that you're going to be doing, because can you imagine? I know when I said go get a massage, it takes me an hour or half an hour just to relax, right? Before I know it, I'm done, and oh wow, I was just getting into that. I can imagine what it must be like to have somebody actually talking to you, and the way you must be talking to them when you're doing that. It's got to be super.
Because the hypnotherapy, that's the biggest part of hypnotherapy, is getting somebody into that right brain state, to where, when I say right brain state, the brain state to where you are both awake and asleep, the theta brain state. And so when people are getting a massage and then having that conversation with them, I think it can just happen so much quicker. And then have therapy with touch. I don't think people are touched enough. And so I feel like just having my energy, I work with love. I work with heart energy and love. And so my intentions are all good. And so I'm thinking with just that touch and, rubbing feet and just the scalp and all of that.
I'm feeling good just as she's talking. Yeah. I'm loving it.
And so I am so excited to offer this. And I don't think anybody else is doing this right now.
I don't think so either.
And so I'm excited.
How do you meld? Let's talk about melding that from the, let's say, the quantum touch, and using that, and also the massage and what all.
So the quantum touch is, if you just put your hands together and you start feeling that friction, and then you can feel that energy in there. So with the quantum touch, I really prepare myself energetically beforehand, and I'm relaxed. So everywhere that I touch, like, energy is being transferred. It's almost like everywhere I touch, I'm a plug going into an outlet, and your body is the outlet. So when I'm giving you a massage that is therapeutic to your muscles and touching you, or not even touching you,
because it's coming from your hands,
you are getting the benefit of quantum touch. It's the same energy that more people would know of as like Reiki, but I love quantum touch because it's just it's the same energy with less to do. There's a lot more to do with Reiki.
Now, I have a question to ask you. When you're doing this, people, when they get a massage, most of them get it under a table, under the sheets and all of that. Is it done clothed?
So right now, it is done clothed. Right now I'm in the process of I just had this idea a few months ago, so now I'm going to school every night, 5:30 to 11, so I can get the licensure to do actually paid massage unclothed.
Right.
So right now it is clothed, but that's why I say it's coming in September, because then I'll have that piece
To be able to
do the unclothed.
But it works both ways.
It absolutely
It's just that much,
does.
but it's also kind of
So-
cool when you're doing massage to be that much closer on the skin,
Yes,
skin to
and
skin.
So I am so excited to add the hypno massage, but right now I am doing massage. So Thai massage, for example, clothed, and that's where you're just really doing those deep stretches and the scalp massage, and so it's
Wait
just,
a minute. Let's go back on that Thai massage for a second. How you're saying that? Explain that.
So Thai massage is completely clothed, and what it is it's just really, some people call it the lazy man's yoga, because if you've seen yoga people, they can really stretch, but you're just laying down, and I might have you lay on your belly and push your legs all the way down until it doesn't feel, and then all the way over. Maybe put your hand behind your head and kind of do some things like that. And then I always like to incorporate, I love to work with quantum touch and the head. There's so many glands in our brain. There's the pituitary gland, there's the hypothalamus, there's all these different, not to say, there's a lot of different glands, to where if they're just slightly off or slightly not functioning right, they can affect our bodies in so many ways. And I am not a doctor, so I am not able to treat or anything like this, but I have seen magnificent results in delivering energy to the scalp area and the massage and the touch and the hypnotherapy, and so I love working with the scalp.
I can imagine. I'm just sitting here in awe as she's talking, just about the head right there. I know
Yes.
how good it must feel.
Yes.
It must be awesome. So we're going to leave our lines open here for everyone to keep on calling. For this wellness therapy session, our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. And the different modalities, there's lots of different ones. So she'll have the conversation with you. She's going to get to know you a little bit, find out what's going on with you, and kind of feel both of your energies.
Yes. So my clients, I don't want to say we're friends because we don't become friends, but we become very intimate business. It's not even business. It's very intimate client to client, and the trust is just off the chain. Because I want to make sure that that's there. That's a prerequisite to having me meet with anybody. We need to have trust both ways. So it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, and when you can feel that from someone, and as I'm sitting here, we must be like, I don't know, something's going on here right now. But it's awesome when you can have somebody that wants that from you, that wants to get to that point first, before it's not just a client, it's not just another number, it's somebody that you really get to know, and using all these different modalities where you're touching someone, you're getting to know them, you're using the hypnotherapy, you're also doing the massage that you'll be adding. All of the different modalities all blend together to heal, and that's what it's all about.
And the manifestation, sometimes in the end we just throw that in, because the manifestation, I want to talk about that the next time we're together.
That number to call here to get this wellness therapy session, call in 602-277-5369. You got to check her out. She's awesome. It's Enerchi.me.
Awesome. So how much do you